So how can you tell if bites are from a bed bug? Well, you kind of can't unless you've got like a severe reaction to them and you've had them before. It's very easy to mistake all kinds of other things for bed bug bites. I can't tell you how many times I've been called out to a home where, hey, my doctor said that these bites are from a bed bug. I know I've got bed bugs, and then I check their entire house and they don't have bed bugs. And then there's been other instances. I just had one yesterday where I went out there and their doctor told them multiple times, no, it's not bed bugs, and they had been questioning if it was, and then they ended up finding bed bugs and turned out to be the reason. So the problem is whenever they bite, their mouth is like a siphoning tool, so it's a very, very tiny entry point. So to find that, you'd need like a high-powered microscope. So what the reaction is actually from their saliva. It acts as an anticoagulant to thin the blood, so it's easier for them to drink, right? So that's what your allergic reaction is too. So you might have a very severe reaction, or you may have none at all. I've been in homes where they're like, oh, I'm not getting bit. You definitely are. You're just not reacting to it. So one of the biggest things that I've noticed over the years is that people will, if they are getting bit and it does turn out to be bed bugs, they'll think like, hey, I just got bit last night. We did a treatment a couple days ago. Why am I still getting bit? Bites can take up to 72 hours to show in a lot of people. Some people have a more immediate reaction, but in a lot of cases it's a delayed reaction. It's because it's an allergic reaction. It's not a reaction to the bite itself. So in the event that you stay in a hotel and, the day of you don't notice any bites, but then a couple days later you're home and, oh my God, I'm getting bit. Do I have bed bugs now? You probably don't. It's probably bites from when you were at the hotel in the event that there was even bugs in the room. One of the only real, I guess, defining factors of bed bug bites, and this isn't even definitive, but if they're really tight clusters, like I'm talking like somebody took a pen and just dot all around, that could be bed bugs, but it could also be a lot of other things. There are so many other things that will bite in clusters. If you're having like a bite on your arm, a bite on your leg, a bite on your torso, and they're all really far spread apart, and it just started happening, the likelihood of that being bedbug related is very, very, very slim. The way that they feed, so they'll come out and they'll inject, right? And as the blood starts to thicken again, they'll pull out, turn, re-inject, and that's why you end up with those really tight clusters. But mosquitoes will do the same thing. So it's not always a defining factor, but it can help at least narrow it down. Another thing that I kind of want to throw out there, just because there's probably a lot of people out there that think that they have bed bugs right now because they're being bitten by something, especially during this time of year. We have a lot of issues with flying insects like mosquitoes and midge flies. Whenever you're inspecting, always check your windowsills and the baseboard near the bed. If you're not finding anything on the bed itself, it may not be bed bugs. I mean, I had a house, this was probably like a year ago or so now, but I got called out. Guy insisted he had bed bugs. He had 4 companies come out. Everyone told him he didn't. I ended up being the last one to come out. I spent like an hour there checking his bed, couldn't find anything, and I asked him, I'm like, hey, maybe this is mosquito related, something like that. Let's go outside, check for like breeding sources. We go outside and I see a ton of southern fire ant mounds. And I'm like, hey man, you got a really big ant problem. So, oh yeah, I know, my bug guy's been trying to get rid of them. So we go back inside and I look along his baseboard in his room. And sure enough, there are several dead southern fire ants. He was being stung in his sleep and thought it was bed bugs. So, I mean, there's so many possibilities out there. If you check your windowsills, look for dead flying bugs like midge flies or mosquitoes. And ants. I mean, check your baseboard line for ants, things like that. And maybe you can narrow it down. Maybe it's something totally unrelated. I had another house, actually not too long ago. This was maybe a couple weeks ago. Lady's getting bit up like crazy, insisted it was bed bugs. The doctor told her it was bed bugs. I went out to her house. It's not bed bugs. I ended up searching, and I'm like, well, have you had any issues with like gnats or anything lately? She's like, oh my God, yeah. I have these plants, I put them out front. They were infested. It was midge flies. So, I mean, there's so many opportunities out there. You've got to try to narrow it down. It's not always bed bugs. Your doctor, if they're telling you it's bed bugs, they might be wrong. And it's a very likely chance that they're wrong. So Always do your own thorough inspection. Bottom line.